Hi everybody, how are we? I hope you're well. Konsakija here. This is Inspire YG. If it's your first time popping in here, this is not how these videos work. This is a different kind of video, different kind of day. But welcome. Thank you for popping in. I don't take it for granted that you landed on my page and you landed on this channel and now you're here. So this is going to be a very exciting, interesting video. So I hope you stick around for it. It's not going to be a long one. So just a bit of a background on who I am. I'm Connie Konsakija. They are all my names. I moved to Australia a couple of years ago as an international student from Kenya, East Africa. And now I live and work in Sydney, Australia. So once in a while I pop in here, I share my journey. I talk a little bit about my journey as an international student, but also my everyday adventures because I love a good travel. And when I do those and I go about my adventure, I like to come and share some of those amazing places that I visit. So this is one of those kind of videos. And one of the places that I love visiting are national parks. And this is going to be an interesting video. I'll not do a major intro. The video itself will look like an intro. However, I just want to say thank you. And if it's your first time here, I just want to remind you to subscribe for more exciting videos like this to come. And yeah, comment down below. Tell me how you got to encounter this channel. And what you think about this video also. So you're welcome. For my family, the 388, that's who we are at the moment. Exciting. Thank you so much, guys, for tagging along and walking alongside me on this journey. So I appreciate you so much. Just always remember this, girl, love you. So let's get into it now. I just thought I'd share a little bit about my adventure at a place called Australia Reptile Park. So Australian Reptile Park is a home to 2,000 animals, and it's located in a place known as Somers Bay. It's on the central coast of New South Wales, around about 70 kilometers north of Sydney. So it's a beautiful place. You can't miss it. If you're traveling on your way to Central Coast, you will not miss it. It's on the way if you're on M1. So we popped in and there was this massive crocodile. And I just thought, oh, it's a good thing to visit the crocodile's mouth. Anyway, most of the animals that we were able to see when we popped in were the American alligators. You can see them there lying, having fun, enjoying some sunshine, swimming. It's just amazing because coming from Kenya, just used to seeing crocodiles and not quite American alligators. Just to see how different they are or how similar they are. I don't know. But it was just interesting to just look at them, how they looked peaceful. But I knew if I walked in there, they wouldn't be as peaceful as they looked. Yeah, so those are American alligators. It was just interesting for me to learn a little bit about them. And these are from southeastern USA. So it was interesting because we got to understand that they got hours where they're fed and we missed that. So there are actually specific times that they're fed. So if you get there on time, you could actually be able to witness that. So we were also lucky to see one saltwater crocodile, which is pretty much what maybe we would be used to see in Kenya. However, this fellow just saw us and he came, I'm not going to say running, because he can't run, but it was really like dashing. It's almost like those folks are familiar. I'm running there, and I just couldn't. I kept thinking of growing up. We see, this is what I'm talking about. So he saw us. We just got there, and he turned around and came around like he's coming to say hi to us. I'm not sure whether that was a hi or it was more like just, if you try and get in here, I might have a good meal. That's basically how it looked like. He didn't look like he or she didn't look like they were, not like they were mad at us, or but side eyeing us, as you can see. It was just interesting. Growing up, we used to hear stories of. I grew up in Thika, a place called Thika in Kenya, and uh, in Thika there's a place called Chania River, and we always had stories of people, falling over on the river and getting bit off by crocodiles. So enough of crocodile. Let me talk about koalas. So koalas are one of the most beautiful creatures that call Australia home, and they're born with the size of a peanut. That was interesting for me to learn. They're so beautiful. Look at them, just cuddly. I really couldn't get enough of them. And this fellow looked like he was sad that day, or he was just reminiscing on he hadn't paid rent or something. I enjoyed that sculpture there. Like, I just walked in there and it felt like I was getting a hug from a koala. They're just beautiful. They sleep a lot. As you can see, they always look like they're asleep, like they can deal with the shenanigans of the world. However, it was sad for me to learn of the threats that obviously they're one of those animals that Australian natives are threatened by extinction by so many things. So diseases, they get nowadays they are having cancer, which is one of those illnesses that threaten them. This fellow kept looking at us, and it was so cute. It's almost like he was welcoming us in his place. It was just beautiful to look at them, but they're affected by diseases, by natural disasters. Australia has bushfires, once in a while, predators, and obviously when their habitats are destroyed by investors and things like that. Just sad, but it does happen. Now, the other thing is, I also learned that you can hold them. It's illegal to hold a koala in New South Wales. Um, but in other states you can. There was a python, as you can see, and one fellow was courageous enough to hold a python. Obviously, as you would know, I wouldn't be nowhere to be seen, but that python was in our midst. There was also an animal called a wallaby. So I learned that there's rock wallaby, and they're one of the largest of the rock wallabies. And the yellow-footed ones, they're also very vulnerable. There's another one called palmer wallaby, which had been actually extinct at some point, and then they discovered them in 1967. The exciting part was to be able to feed the joey and the kangaroos that were actually friendly. As you know, that kangaroos, especially the big ones, obviously they were nowhere to be seen. But see the videos online where they actually fight with humans, like they are on a boxing, like WWF, John Cena and Undertaker. I mean, some of them can be really, I don't know, some of them can be very scary to just look at, but these ones were cute. Um, Managed to go close to them. We managed to feed them. We got some, I don't know what they were, but it's their food. We got them at the reception. You obviously give $1, a couple of coins for that, but it was just cute to feed them, and they just they just eat and enjoy. But the food came to finishing, I was like, yeah, okay. Native birds were so beautiful. Those were parrots. It looks like they've been painted. Isn't just nature amazing? I tried to speak to them Swahili, but obviously they reminded me that they are Aussie. Wildflowers were also beautiful to look at. There was something called a wombat. A wombat, I learned that they're amongst the world's largest burrowing animals. And that guy there, Echidna, they almost look like a porcupine. I forgot to put a photo of, I might find a photo of a Kenyan porcupine because that's what they reminded me of. I attempted putting my mouth on that makeshift dinosaur, and I was still afraid that it might bite me. Now, there was something called Spider World, and I have to admit that I walked in and walked out so quickly when that actually is a Mexican spider right there. But when that massive spider attempted to come at me, it did look like it was coming my way, but obviously it wasn't. It's just a makeshift thing to excite kids, but I was still scared. And that, my lovely people, was my experience at the Australian Reptile Park. Now, if it's your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram and Facebook for more connection. And until the next one, have a good week. God bless. Bye.